Hello students, today we are going to learn the first unit in economics, that is understanding development, perspectives, measurement and sustainability. So we are going to learn about development, perspectives, measurement and sustainability. We'll see the introduction part now. The word development is used widely. It refers to the progress of a particular field or a particular person. So the word development, it refers to the development of a particular field or a particular person. Similarly, the economic progress of a country is known as economic development. So if a country is economically developed, then it is known as economic development. However, the interpretation of the concept development keeps on changing from time to time, from person to person, and its meaning gets extended further. So the word development, the concept development will keeps on changing, because if my education is developed, then it is education development. If my salary in the year of 2020 is 20,000 and 2021 is 25,000, then it is my economic development, my salary development. So it changes from time to time and from person to person. Clear, children? Different perspectives about development. Every human being has an ambition of desire of his or her own to achieve progress in life. So each and every human being has an ambition or has an achievement to achieve in her own life, right? Similarly, we have ideas about how a country should progress. So we have idea about how a country should develop. If our thinking turns towards progress and about the ways to achieve the many goals for progress, as leads to development. So if our thinking and our way is to achieve many goals, that is the lead to development. See the picture. Let us try to imagine what development means to different people. So firstly, it is improvement, progress, freedom to grow. So freedom to develop, bettering yourself, never ending process, grows within and advance, part of daily life. Development is a part of daily life. Not doing same mistake twice. So if you are doing the same mistake twice, we cannot develop, right? So not doing same mistake twice. Way of moving forward. Growing process in a needed direction. So we want to grow in the direction which we need to progress. From the above diagram, you will notice that other than income, people seek freedom to grow on their own. So except income, people seek to grow on their own. Thus, development refers to the improvement in quality of life, such as higher income, better education, better health and nutrition, less poverty and more equal opportunity. So in these fields also development is improved, development is referred, right? The term economic development refers to the overall growth of all sectors of the economy by adoption of new technology. So when we are adopting new technology, the overall growth of all the sectors is developed economically, right? Economic development improves the living standards of the people as well as the status of the country. So if an individual person is developed economically, then he can improve the living standard of him, right? As well as the status of the country is also improved. The next heading is indicators of economic development. The major indicators to measure the level of economic development are net national product, that is NNP, per capita income, that is PCI, purchasing power parity and human development index. So these are all the indicators to measure the level of economic development. So we'll see about net national product. The net national product, that is NNP, is considered as a true measure of national output. It is also known as national income. So through this net national product, we can measure the national income. A rise in per capita income means an increase in aggregate real output. Hence, this is a better indicator than national income for measuring development. So, when an income of an individual person is increased, then it is considered as the real output. So, the income of an individual person is the better indicator to measure the development of a country. For measuring a country's development, its income is considered to be one of the most important factors. Countries with higher income are considered to be more developed and those with lesser income. So the countries which have higher income is considered to be a developed country. So income itself considered to be one of the indicators of the economic development. So income is also considered as the most important indicator of economic development. Per capita income. However, for comparing the development of various countries, total income is not satisfactory measure. So, to compare the development of various countries. So, if we are comparing the development between various countries, total income is not a satisfactory measure because countries have different populations. Comparing total income will not be suggestive of what an average person is likely to earn, as people in one country are better off than others in a different country because the population will be differs in other countries, right? So one country the population will be differ and the other country it will be differ. So if we consider the total income as to compare the development of countries, it is not a satisfactory measure. So what we want to do? The average income is calculated by dividing the country's total income by its total population. So we want to divide the country's total income divided by its population. Then we'll get the average income. The average income is also called as per capita income. Calculations on the per capita income of all countries are calculated only in the US dollars in order to compare international level. So this per capita income is calculated only in US dollars. Purchasing power parity. Purchasing power parity is defined as the number of units of a country's currency required to buy the same amount of goods and services in the domestic market as $1 would buy in the US. So, for example, if we have bought 5 dairy milk with the rupees of 25 and now we are buying only 4 dairy milk with the rupees of 25. So, the purchasing power is declined. So, முன்னாடி வந்து 5 டைரி மில்க்கு 25 ருபீஸ்க்கு நம்மளால் வாங்க முடிஞ்சுது. இப்போது 5 டைரி மில்க் வாங்குறதுக்கு 25 ருபீஸ்க்கு நம்மளால் 4 டைரி மில்க் தான் வாங்க முடியுது. அப்போ பர்ச்சேசிங் பவர் டிக்ளைன்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். அண்ட் ஆல்சோ இப்போ வந்து நம்ம கண்ட்ரியில் நம்ம ஒரு திங்ஸ் வாங்குகிறோம். ஸோ அது வந்து ஒரு 20 ருபீஸ்க்கு ஒரு பொருள் வாங்குகிறோம் அப்படின்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். அண்ட் ஆல்சோ இன் யூஎஸ் டாலர்ஸில் வந்து ஸோ அவங்கள வந்து அது யூஎஸ் டாலர்ஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அவங்களும் அந்த ப்ராடக்டை வந்து ஒரு அமௌண்ட்க்கு வாங்கியிருப்பாங்க இல்லையா. ஸோ இந்த ரெண்டோட வேல்யூமே சேம் தான். அதாவது அந்த மணியை வந்து அவங்க கரன்சிஸ் வந்து வேறு வேறு மெஷரில் இருக்கலாம். அவங்க அது யூஎஸ் டாலர்ஸ்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, நம்ம இங்கே வேறு மாதிரி சொல்லுவோம். பட் அதோட வேல்யூ ஒன்று தான். அதை தான் பர்ச்சேசிங் பவர் பேரிட்டி அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். பர்ச்சேசிங் பவர் பேரிட்டி இஸ் டிஃபைன்ட் அஸ் த நம்பர் ஆஃப் யூனிட்ஸ் ஆஃப் அ கண்ட்ரிஸ் கரன்சி is required to buy the same amount of goods and services in the domestic market as $1 would buy in the US. The technique of purchasing power parity allow us to estimate what exchange between two currencies is needed to express the accurate purchasing power of the two currencies in the respective countries. So this technique allows us to estimate the purchasing power of two countries with the respected currencies. Recently, India became the third largest economy in terms of PPP. China became the largest, defeating the US to the second position. So China is in the first position in purchasing power parity, US is in the second, and India is in the third position.